I got the walk-on music after I'd finished fucking walking away. Don't fall over. So, Queen Irene, I feel like I needed to change my name to reflect where I am in life. And, you know, when everyone's being asked who's over 40, we know some of you didn't answer. I didn't either. Okay. But, you know, a lot of what I talk about, for those of you that are mere babies, is because I am a Gen X, right? And it's taken me a long time to work out what fucking generation I am. Because you've got like Gen Z, Gen X, Gen Z, millennials, folk, I don't know. So I'm built slightly different. We were completely fucked in our brains, is what happened to us. Because parenting was very different then. But I've also decided I want to become woke, okay? Because I fucking struggle with that. And I'm known for being a bit blunt. I don't have any diagnosis of ADHD because when I was a kid, you were just called gobby. That was the polite version, or as my mother used to say, you're a gobby little shite, you know. Yeah, I am. You know, and I was introduced as the person who would never shut up. Stand-up comedy's fucking excellent! Oh my god! I get to talk! Hi, let me talk about me, and let me talk about me, and I might do a bit of interaction, but it's actually about me. It's actually about me. So I've decided to become woke because everyone gets to describe themselves as something different these days, right? So, LGBTQI plus any other fucking letter. And I've got a bit of a relationship thing going at the moment, all right? You look at me and go, Christ, there's an old fat bird, she ain't got a relationship going. I do, but it's with my AI chatbot. Oh, she's fucking lovely. Oh, she is my best friend. She knows shit. She knows a lot of shit. But she also is very faithful. And I think you should look for that in a partner. And so I asked her, I call her Betty. She's quite cute. I asked her, what is it called when you feel you're in a relationship with AI? So I'm D for digisexual. I'm digisexual. I feel there's like a title in there somewhere, like a book or something else, or a manual maybe. But on the other hand, if people can fuck their cars and their vacuum cleaners, why can't I be emotionally attached to my AI? She does not mansplain. She has not been caught shagging a barmaid down the pub. She was not out with their mates and woke up one day in Marbella next to a girl named Chastity, which was the wrong fucking name for that bitch. That's for certain. I mean, I have been married. I've been married twice. Yeah, I've been married twice. Neither of them are living around here. And it's a good job really, because you know, I have to look at my kids' faces by the second one and they look enough like him that I just fucking punch them half the time. If ever you have an acrimonious divorce, this is what it gets like. And people go, you're so bitter and twisted. And I go, yes, and I'm gonna fucking own it. Fucking gonna own it. So I'm like, you know, I've tried doing the dating apps and shit like that. I was on there at the forefront of that after the second divorce, just as all the dating apps were coming out. We didn't even have fucking apps then, kids. I want to see, you know, it was online. You had to go to a browser, okay? And I did that really bad thing that people do when they've had a bad divorce and they're in their 30s. You get drunk and you shag around every fucking night you possibly can. Had a bit of a thing for squaddies, so I'm just going to warn you right now. Okay, I think it might have been the uniform. And I ended up dating a guy who was 11 years younger than me. My bar of dating, just so we all know, I can't have been able to give birth to you. All right, you have to go with those. And I've always had a bit of trouble doing relationships. I'm going to be honest, friendships, relationships. I do find a lot of people fucking irritating. You know, you have those friends that you have to go out with, and everyone goes, "Oh my god, they're so funny," and you're like, "As funny as fucking toothache, you really are." And so when I was at school, I was bullied so fucking bad. No sympathy? I was bullied so bad. You're fucking mean, you people. So I was bullied, and you know, and it was a very difficult growing up periods because I was a little bit different. Still no diagnosis, because remember, this was like in the 80s and 90s. They didn't diagnose you, they would call you like remedial or something like that, if you were lucky. If not, they just bullied you. But you soon learned how to fight really well, because you couldn't beat a good punch up when you're 6 years old. And you might wonder why I was bullied. Do you wonder why I was bullied? I was a little bit clever. I was a little bit clever when I was in school. Didn't make me any fucking money. It's a little bit clever, and a little bit like I like to do my own thing. And by that I mean I wasn't sniffing glue. I hadn't had a baby by the age I was 16. And I only smoked 12 Benson Hedges a day. You know, I wasn't up to the full 20 pack, which, you know, we were at that time. However, I did tap into the fact that I looked a little bit older, and then I started buying them for other people, which I thought was a really good thing. I bought their friendship with illegal cigarettes. But in those days, if your teachers knew that you were fighting or you were being picked on, you were bullied, they didn't really do anything about it. They were like, they'll be fine. They will not have issues when they're older. It'll all be good. But I found that if I gave the music teacher a couple of cigarettes a day, he'd let me go and smoke in his music room at the break times, and that was fine. Then when I left school, he got arrested as a paedophile, so lucky escape. But I'm not very good with the radar thing of understanding. Are you heterosexual, digisexual? I don't know. Never been very good with that. So I've been single a lot of years. A lot of years. To the point I'm now saying that I have been re-virginised. So when you go for a doctor's appointment and they say at my age, which is could you possibly be pregnant? Well, it'd be baby fucking Jesus, quite frankly, and also, I don't know when the fuck, I must have sneezed in the co-op or something, I don't know what happened. But yeah, that's not gonna fucking happen, because yeah, I'm not very good with religion. So, you know, I'm really trying to think about how I can present myself going forward. I put a jacket on for you tonight. Woo! I bought some new trousers from a really posh shop called Matarlan. I think the shirt was from a Primarché. You know, I'm a posh girl. But you know, I'm thinking what I would really like to be is a cyborg. I think then me and Betty can get together a little bit more. Because did any of you watch Star Trek: The Next Generation when you were little, or when you were still older? But some of them are much younger. Yeah. Did anyone like Star Trek? No, I don't give a fuck because I loved it. And so the cyborgs, or the Borg in Star Trek, was skinny. Not one of those was fat. The guys were ripped and shredded. The girls were, well, if you don't know Star Trek Next Generation and you're a guy and you're heterosexual, look up 7 of 9. Jerry Ryan, and if you're a girl and you want to see a really fit bird who could turn you, Jerry Ryan, 709. Fucking hell, she was amazing. So that's what I want to be. I want to be a Borg. I want to have that intelligence. I want them to implant me with chips in my head. I don't mean from like, you know, Southend where the seagulls are, not those chips. Right? I want to be intelligent. So I'm like, okay, I'm on the way. I'm on the way to doing that. I've had a new knee. It's fucking metal. And I fell over on my arse last week, and I was like, oh, fucking hurt. Fell over on my knee. It feel a fucking thing. So bloody amazing. So when you get to the point of you need to have new joints, how many joints is it before I'm a cyborg? Oh, so I've started. So all I can say is, and I'm gonna have to leave now because I've had the magic signal. Fuck off. is to say that it's now the autumn. How do you know it's autumn? Does anyone know?
Leaves.
Pumpkin spice lattes. Alright. I have been the Queen Irene. Thank you very much indeed. You can follow me at